Hey, good morning, students. So far, we have studied two pumps, a rotary pump, and last time we have studied oil diffusion pump, its basic principles and working of those pumps. Now, in today's video, we are going to study the next kind of a pump that is called as a turbomolecular pump. And this turbomolecular pump works on the principle of gas molecules can be given a momentum in a particular desired direction with repeated collisions and with a moving solid surface. That means whatever you are going to use to create a vacuum, we are going to use a moving solid surface, and with the help of that moving solid surface like blades, the momentum to the gas molecule is given, right? And you can see clearly this is the schematic for turbomolecular pump, which has a chamber and backing pump, and two important parts of a turbomolecular pump are turbine blades and stator blades, right? These turbine blades are also called as rotator blades or rotator. So let's go in detail. So this turbomolecular pump diagram consists of alternate layers of stator and rotator disc. Now you can see in the figure this green colored blades are stator blades and this blue one are rotor or rotator blades, or it is also called as the turbine blades or disc, right? The rotator rotates at higher speed of RPM, and it is rotating at the speed of the order of 27,000 RPM and above. These blades are mounted at an optimum angle on both stator and rotator, so that there will be a collision of the gas molecules and the maximum momentum, or we can say the optimum momentum to the gas molecule could be given. The high speed rotation imparts momentum to the gas particles upon collision with the rotator, right? As soon as these blades start rotating, the gas molecules will bombard on the blade, and because of this collision the momentum will be given to the gas molecules. The high speed molecules are directed towards the exit using the stator disc, right? These two adjustment blades are often called as stage in a turbomolecular pump. These are called as a stage. The turbomolecular pump has 6 to 7 stages depending on the level of vacuum required. I mean, how much amount of vacuum we want to achieve. So depending upon that, the turbomolecular pump has 6 to 7 stages, and depending upon the achievement of the vacuum, we can use those stages. These pumps are more efficient in free molecular regime. Now, what is meant by molecular regime, that we have already studied, and they are often backed up by the mechanical kind of a pumps like a rotary pump, right, for the backing purpose. The latest development in the turbomolecular pump includes the replacement of oil bearings with dry non-lubricant bearings, and the very important part is that using this kind of a turbomolecular pump we can achieve a vacuum up to the order of 10 to the power minus 6 torr to 10 to the power minus 8 torrs. So this much amount of vacuum can be achieved using this turbomolecular kind of a pumps, right? So what are its drawbacks and advantages and all? So you can search out for this. This is the homework for you. What are the advantages and disadvantages of turbomolecular pump, right? So hope you have understood this turbomolecular pump, and in the next lecture we'll go for the next kind of a pump. Thank you.